Also, you know, if you want me to promo anything, if you want me to promo your clothes, promo anything, you can email me. My email is bjornellis99@gmail.com. I know it's supposed to be 90 up and 99 by accident, but you know, my email is bjornellis99@gmail.com. My PO box is in the description. If you want to send me stuff for promo, you could DM me. You can email me, and I'll let you know how much I charge or whatever. You know, that's what I do. You feel me? So I'll let you know. But if you want me to promo your clothes, your hats, whatever you got for me to promo, you know, I'll let you know my prices. They're not beastie. You feel me? I'm very reasonable. Unless you feel me? I'm very reasonable. That's all I gotta say. But PO box is in the description. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bjorn from Brev. You know, like, I've been like looking stuff up, right? And like, this is one. I've been like looking stuff up, right? For water. And like, this is one thing that like I always kind of question growing up. Is like, does like our vote, like when they say like vote for president, like, does that like really matter? Like, does that really like, is it like really like? Cause I know it's like it's voting time, you know. Even if y'all voted already, you know, I don't care. I just feel like it's a cool video to make. But anyways, have y'all ever like questioned like, yo, does your vote like really count? Like when you vote for president, like does it like, do they really be like, yo, yeah, whatever they pick, that's what we picking? Like is you think that's really how it goes? I mean, I don't think so, because I feel like a lot of stuff they do is just like for like distraction or like for you to get emotionally involved. Like I feel like politics is like, it's like a show, it's like a game show. Like a lot of this shit is like shows for you to get emotionally involved and get you scared and da 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 da. I feel like a lot of stuff. I know a lot of stuff they do is like to scare us or like to make us feel like we count or we matter and shit like that. And we really don't. You know, they don't care about us that much. Like, you know. Like they out here still feeding us McDonald's. Like just look at the food. Like the food thing is the biggest part. That's every day. So like food, right? In America, we have the most chemicals in our food than probably any other country. Like I said, look up UK versus American fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. You're gonna see that the US puts way more chemicals in their food for I don't know what reason why. I'm not sure why, than the UK. It's the same food, it's made the same way, but we use more chemicals than they do. Why do we have hydroxychloroquine chloride and they don't have hydroxychloroquine chloride in their food? I don't know, but you know, like I said, they don't really care about it. They put whatever in our food. They got videos of freaking McDonald's lasting 20 years in people's cabinets and not molding none of that. So I'm just saying, the food thing is the biggest part of it, because like they really don't care about us because just by the way the food is, they just giving us food. Can't say they don't really care about us, but I feel like they don't care about us. Anyways, I'm not gonna say like they don't really care when I know they don't really care. Even though they was giving us stimulus checks like that, you know, they was doing their thing, you know, trying something, but they was trying to get all that little money, that little bit of money, but you know, in Canada, I heard they was getting like $2,000 a month in Canada. Like every month they was getting 2 bands. Something like that. I don't know. That's what I heard. But I just know in other countries they're treating their people way better than we're. Not way better, because like Britain and stuff like that, there's like super lockdowns and extraordinary lockdowns. So I can't say that. I feel like America is actually the most like free open place where it's like we're free to do what we want. But like they still also control a lot of what we do at the same time. Alright, anyways, back to what the video is actually, back to what I wanted to explain in the video. So I was looking this up today, right? So I'm like, let me see, like I want to see if I always question like, does your vote actually count? I always like heard people like, yeah, our vote doesn't matter, or something. Why you going so hard to vote? People be beefing about politics, telling you to vote. If you don't vote, you're not helping out. So I want to see if our vote really matters. So I went on this website, right? It's called Reeves. It's called, let me see the website is called. The website is called RobertReevesLaw.com. You know, so I'm like, let me see if our vote really counts as much as we say we do, as much as we think it does. So I'm like, all right, look it up. So first thing first, when you vote, I didn't even know this, right? I mean, I knew it, but like I didn't really know it until I look into it. So I just found out like when you vote, like you're actually voting for someone to vote for you. So when you vote, right, you're voting. Let me just. I know it. I don't gotta read it. So when you vote, you're voting for someone in your state's. You're voting for electoral college. So whoever in your state is in electoral college, you're voting for an elector. So say I'm the president and Dre Bands is the president, and you go vote and say, oh, I want Dre Bands to be president. When you vote for Dre Bands, you're not actually voting for Dre Bands. You're voting for the elector of Dre Bands. Does that make sense? Like you're not actually voting for Dre Bands. You're voting for the elector. Like you putting your trust into it, the elector to elect Dre Bands for you. If that makes sense. Like that's how it goes. So if there's like 20 electors for your state, right? And I guess your state, if your state votes for Trump mostly or Biden mostly, your state votes for the electors to vote for Trump for you. So that's how the voting thing goes. So when you're voting, you're not really voting for the president, you're voting for the elector to try to elect the president for you. That's how I learned it goes. So it says right here, I'm gonna read it now from right here. So it says the second, on election day, the voters in each state select their state's electors by casting their ballots for president. Most voters don't know it, but when they cast votes for presidential candidate of their choice, they actually are voting to select their state's electors. So like I said, when you're voting, you're not actually voting for the president, you're voting for your state's electors. In all states except Nebraska and Maine, the winning presidential candidate state of potential electors are then appointed as state electors. So like I said, when you vote, you're really voting for you're really voting for someone to vote for. You're not really voting for the person, you're voting for your elector. So that's how the voting, that's how the popular vote thing goes. Okay. Now back to that. Now so I was like, so I'm like, all right, so if you vote, right, and like suppose like everyone votes, like suppose the people's vote, the people that vote out, like they outvote the electoral college, pause. I'm saying like, say the popular vote, cause I learned that the electoral college is the ones who actually decides who wins. Like they decide. We don't really decide. Like I'm saying, like we don't really decide. Like we don't be like, okay, I want him, so I'm voting for him, and if he gets the most votes, he wins. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. That's literally not how it goes. It's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. Because really, you're not really voting for him. You're voting for someone to vote for him. So suppose like the man's like, nah, I'm not really feeling Trump. I'm gonna vote for this other guy. So it's like, you tell me if I vote for this nigga, this person, and then the person was like, nah, man, I'm not really feeling y'all vote. I want to vote for him, because that's happened before in history where people have elected. There have been more people who voted for somebody, and the other person still won, because the electoral college was like, nah, we not really fuck with him. We want this nigga over here. You know what I mean? So I don't really, like I get it, but I don't really understand how, like, why they would like say our vote matters, but then again it's like, even there's times where we have voted more, but the people was like, nah, we're not really feeling that vote right there. We want this nigga over here. And I'm gonna say it right here. Again, it says yes, this happened to George W. Bush in 2000, who lost the popular vote to Al Gore by 0.51%, but won the electoral college vote to 271 to 266. So it's like, oh, so then it's like, oh, so you tell me like, even if the nation vote more for somebody, they still have a chance of not winning. So you're telling me, like, even if we as a people was like, nah, we want this person in office, they could be like, nah, we don't care what y'all saying. We want this person in office. Because that's literally what it's saying. It's literally saying that even if the candidate wins the popular vote, which means the vote of the people, that they can still win if the Electoral College says, nah, we're not really feeling that guy over there. We want this guy. So when I heard that, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I didn't even know that it was that beastie. And then I looked into some more, and then it was like 2000 George W. This is on Google. 2000 George W. Bush. It says Bush against Democrat candidate Al Gore, the incumbent, one of them, Vice President of the United States under Bill Clinton, despite Gore receiving 543,895 more votes. So even though my boy, what's his name, Gore, received half a million more of humans voted for Al Gore, and they was like, we're not really feeling Gore. We want Bush. And by the way, Bush was one of our worst presidents. Look it up. If you want to look it up, I looked it up. It literally says George Bush was one of our worst. He's like in the top 10 of our worst presidents. So you telling me that? These people in the Electoral College was like, we don't want my boy Al Gore. We want my boy Bush. And he ended up being top 10 worst president? That's tough. Like Solo Nadia say, that's tough. That's tough. I feel like that's tough. It says a lead of 0.51% of all votes cast. The Electoral College, who chose Bush as president by a vote of 271 to 276, and this has happened, it says 5 times. About 5 times. So about 5 times in history, the people was like, we want this president. They was like, we don't want that president, we want this president. So that's why I'm like, so it's like, damn. So it's like, do our vote really matter? Cause the five times out of 50 that we voted more, they was like, nah, we not feeling y'all votes, bro. We don't want that kid. We don't want that kid. And like, and then the guy they pick is like, no matter what, all the presidents are bad. I feel like we've never ever had a good president. Like it's kind of impossible to be a good president. Like, how do you be a good president? You're gonna piss somebody off in there. But it's just a lot of rules. It's a lot of rules. You gotta get shit signed by the people over the Congress for you to get bills that get laws passed. You gotta do all type of extra shit. Like I'm saying, no matter what, we never had a good president. Shit, I feel like you make Kanye be president at this point. Shit, make another black man go in there and we see what he does. Cause I've never heard a president came back and was like he was just an amazing president. He did so much for us as a people. He was amazing. I never heard anybody come to me and talk to me about an amazing president we had. Like, what he actually did so much for us as my people. So, I never really heard that. I never heard presidents like really going hard for us. Like Bernie Sanders was going hard for us though, but he never became president. But yeah, you feel me? That's how I feel. I feel like I feel like it's all a show. I feel like it's all a show. It's all cap. It's all like, oh, let's do politics. Da da da. Even though if they vote for somebody and they get more votes, we're gonna still vote because we are better. We're better. We're just no more. Which I get it, because it could also be like, I don't care. If we matter, I will vote. If the nation chooses, I think that's how it should be. No matter what, I think that's how it should be. That's how it should be. If the nation chooses more people, that's how it should be. That it should be somebody was like, nah, I'm not really feeling you 500,000 people that voted for this person. I want to vote who I want to vote with. I feel it's weird. Comment what you think below. Let me know how you feel about it. But that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's all cap, bullshit, stuff to cause a little debate going on, a little beef. So I feel like everything's a little beef, a little political, religion, race. I feel like all those creates little wars and fights and it's just all like all no matter what, all those just create violence. Religion, violence. Politics, violence. Race, violence. All those shit create violence, bro. I like them shits are just, bro. Like political. Like in Jamaica, niggas be killing people over this shit. Yeah, as you can see at the Donald Trump riots, they be fighting, punch people in their face. People be getting jumped, beat up. So it's like, this is a violent ass country, bro. We just violent as hell. You know, at this point, it's like we just violent. We just always trying to fight. We never want, just always trying to fight somebody. Always trying to drop a nuke. Always trying to war. Always trying to go to war. You know, it's like damn. Yeah, you know, nigga, none of it's just, you know, nobody talks no more. You know, it's like damn. It's like everybody's so aggressive, you know. But I guess that's how they made it for everybody to be so aggressive and on edge and scared and want to fight and whatever, weird ass shit. But comment what you think below. You know, how much down about what you think about this. Let me know how you feel. This is how I feel. I feel like it's bullshit. It's all just made up. I feel like it's a selection, not an election. I feel like they don't elect. I feel like they select. Cause like I feel like you know, people, they say that they're all in the same bloodline. All the, you know what's going on. They got the pedophilia. I mean, no, I'm not. They got all that extra shit going on in the world with the and the P word and the R word and the V word. You know, there's a lot of things going on over there. So I don't know how we're gonna get a president that's a P word, or that's a R word. But you know, not really in our control, as you can see. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out. Deuces.